Welcome to the Eat Better, Move Better, Live Better podcast presented by Flourish with Tracy, where we'll dive into the realms of holistic wellness, plant-based nutrition, yoga, and self-care to help you live your best life. Tune in every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern for our special segments. Meditation Monday, start your week with mindfulness. Wellness Wednesdays, get the midweek boost you need. Sadhana Saturdays, dedicate weekends to personal growth. Join us as we explore and discuss all things to eat better, move better, and live better. Welcome. Today we're going to explore a deeply personal and profound gift. It's your wisdom, your inner voice. This isn't just about intuition or gut feelings. It's about learning to listen, to trust, to follow the quiet wisdom that lives within you, to welcoming wisdom, and to trusting your inner voice. We live in a world full of advice, books, experts, friends, social media. And yet sometimes the deepest truth we need is what we already know, if we just take the time to listen. Your inner voice is not something to force or demand, it's something to invite. So what is inner wisdom? It's your inner compass. It's a combination of your intuition, your lived experience, your core values, and your deepest knowing. It's not always loud, and in fact, it often speaks in whispers through sensations, gut instincts, recurring thoughts, or even dreams. It's a quiet voice that guides us towards authenticity and alignment. This voice guides us towards what feels authentic. It tells us what's right for us, even if it's not popular nor easy. But because it's quiet, it could be drowned out by stress, fear, external options, or by the endless noise of modern life. Our goal today is to begin to welcome that voice back to the center of our decision making. And we can lose touch with our inner voice. Why do we do this? How does this happen? Well, one big reason is overstimulation. Our minds are always buzzing. Emails, texts, options, opinions, demands, choices. And in that constant mental noise, there's no space to hear the quiet nudge of our own intuition. And another reason could be just fear of making the wrong choice. We worry. What if I trust myself and fail? So we look to others to make those decisions and to decide for us. And we live in a culture that celebrates logic, productivity, and external validation. And while those have their place, intuition and emotional truth are often treated as unreliable, even though they're very vital. And of course, we seek approval. It's natural. We want to be liked, accepted, safe. But when we constantly look outward for direction, we stop looking inward. And we forgot that we already have access. We forget that we have so much wisdom. So it's important to learn the value of inner wisdom and allow it to help us counteract the external distractions to reconnect with our inner voice. Why? Well, first, it helps us make decisions with clarity. When you tune in with your inner vision, in your inner wisdom, your inner voice, your choices feel more aligned, even if they're difficult. You build self-trust and resilience. You stop needing to poll 10 other people before making a move. You begin to believe, I can handle this. I know what's right for me. And it also brings peace. Even when the future is uncertain, there's a deep sense of calm in knowing you are honoring yourself. And most importantly, it leads to authentic living. You stop trying to be someone you're not. You start showing up in relationships, at work, with family and friends, and you show up to live authentically in the world as your true self. And there's sometimes an inner critic, and we can confuse that with our inner voice. And there's an important distinction here. There's a difference between our inner voice and inner critic. Our inner voice is calm, encouraging, and grounded. It may challenge you, but it will never shame you. Your inner voice is rooted in love. Your inner critic is harsh, reactive, fearful. It's judgmental. It says you are not good enough. Who do you think you are? So how do you tell the difference? Your inner truth feels like truth, not anxiety. For example, your inner truth, while sometimes may feel uncomfortable, it will feel like peace, while the inner critic will feel like panic. It's loud, judgmental, and urgent. Start noticing, which are you listening to? Are you being the inner critic guided by fear? Or are you listening to the inner voice guided by wisdom? Welcome wisdom. And there's several practices you can do to welcome wisdom into your life, to reconnect with your inner voice. You can always start with silence and stillness. Give yourself just 5 minutes a day without any noise, phones, stimulation, or input. Just sit, breathe, let thoughts come and go, and over time, a sense of clarity will begin to rise. You can always journal, and you can ask yourself, what do I know deep down? Or what does my intuition say about this situation? And just free flow write without any editing. You will be surprised at the wisdom that naturally will show up for you. Be aware of your body. Your body is wise. It reacts before your mind does. You ever feel tightness in your chest or belly when something's wrong? Or warmth when something's right? Learn to listen to those signals. And then mindfully walking. Go for a walk without music or podcasts. Let your mind wander. Insights often arise when we stop trying to force them and allow them to naturally present themselves to us. And learn to trust. Trusting your inner voice doesn't happen overnight. It's like a relationship. You build it. And start with small decisions, paying attention to how it feels when you honor your inner knowing. Did it lead you somewhere meaningful? Think back to the times when you did follow your gut. What happened? Reflecting on those moments builds confidence. And let go of the need to be perfect. You will make mistakes, and that's okay. Wisdom is refined through learning, growth, and experience. And most of all, let go of needing everyone to agree with your path. You don't need permission to trust yourself. Sometimes there may be obstacles that hinder you in trusting yourself. And think about what gets in the way. Well, one is fear of failure. It's a big one. We think, if I make a mistake, I'll regret it forever. But failure is how we learn. And past wounds may creep up. Maybe someone told you you're not smart or you're not capable. And those words and messages stick and they silence your inner wisdom. Sometimes hindrance come from external pressure from work or family or culture. They can cloud your judgment, and it's hard to hear yourself when everyone else is talking or shouting. And there's always that illusion of certainty. We look to others because we think they have it all figured out, but nobody does. You are the best expert on your life. Know that you can always embrace encouragement and reassurance. Here's the beautiful truth. Your inner voice never disappears. It's always there waiting for you to listen. You don't have to be perfect or enlightened, just willing and just curious. You don't need to have everything figured out. You only need to trust the next right step. And remember this quote, you already have the answers. Be still and listen. Everything you need is within. You are wise, you are capable, and you can trust yourself. So let's take a moment of silence. You may want to close your eyes and take a deep breath in. You can ask yourself gently, what is my inner voice whispering to me right now? What truth have I been avoiding? And what would it feel like to follow it even just a little today? There's no pressure to act. Just take a moment here and just listen. If you wish, you may take a moment if you'd like to pause and write down or record what you heard, or save it in a good space internally so that you can recall it. We'll pause for another moment to allow you to do so. I'd like to now invite you to a brief meditation to connect with your inner voice. Begin by settling into a comfortable seated position, letting your hands rest gently in your lap or by your sides. Allow your palms to face up and your fingers to go limp. And if you haven't already done so, allow your eyes to gently close and now take a slow breath in. Hold for a moment. And slowly exhale. Allowing your shoulders to soften. Move away from the ears. Allow your jaw to unclench. Allow your thoughts to begin to quiet. Take another breath in, and this time imagine you're breathing in calm. As you allow this breath to travel through your body, as you exhale, breathe out anything you don't need right now. Continue here for another moment, breathing in, allowing the body to soften. Exhaling, allowing the mind to settle. Allow yourself to arrive here, right now, fully. Bring your attention gently inward, not to your thoughts, to a quiet space in between them. To the space where your inner voice lives. Not loud, not pushy, just quietly present. Now ask yourself gently with curiosity, What is my inner voice whispering to me right now? Don't force an answer. Just listen. Might be a word, feeling, a knowing. Just soft silence. Take notice of whatever presents itself to you at this time. And now ask yourself, what truth have I been avoiding? And notice what arises. No judgment, just awareness. Then take note. And finally ask yourself, what would it feel like to honor that truth today? Imagine yourself taking just one small step in that direction. Allow your breath to deepen again, inhaling peace and exhaling doubt. Taking notice of how it feels to take the one step. Inhaling peace, exhaling doubt. Gently begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Bring yourself back to the space around you. Take a breath in. Exhale out and slowly open your eyes. Take a moment to just reflect on whatever surfaced. Allow it to stay with you, knowing that your inner voice is always there. You're wise. You are enough. You're already home, feeling affirmed, grounded, and gently empowered. You already have everything you need. Everything you need is within you. Your inner voice is always there. And as you look around your space, fully awake and aware, silently say to yourself, everything I need is within me. I have everything I need. How does that feel? Perhaps say it once again. Everything I need is within me. I have everything I need. And as you reflect on your inner voice, notice that it may not shout. It may not always give you clear answers, but it is steady, loyal, patient. It is the quiet thread of truth that runs through your entire life. And even when you feel lost, it is still speaking. In the pause between thoughts, in the feeling in your chest or belly, in the subtle pull to something more aligned. Knowing that you don't have to be perfect to listen, you don't have to be healed to begin. All you have to do is to be willing to slow down, willing to turn inward, to trust what arises. There's no one right path, no perfect decision. But know, when you walk in alignment with your own inner knowing, Even an uncertain road can feel like home. So as you prepare to return to your day, allow yourself a deeper connection to the wisdom that's already within you. You don't need to do anything dramatic. Just start noticing, start listening, and start trusting that gentle voice that says, "This is who I am. This is what is right for me." Allow your life to be led by that voice. It knows your values, your truth, your path, even when you feel unsure. Know that you are wise, capable, and you are already whole. And that the guidance you seek is already within, waiting to be welcomed, waiting to be heard, waiting to lead. Take a deep breath in and exhale it out. Trust and gently follow this quiet wisdom within. Take another deep breath in and exhale it out. Take a final deep breath in and exhale. As you're fully awake, aware of the space where you are, remember, your inner voice is not a distant stranger, it's a familiar guide. You don't need to have all the answers. You don't have to solve everything at once or become someone else. All you need is the willingness to pause, listen, and trust. Wisdom doesn't always come with certainty, it comes with presence. And when you begin to honor your own knowing, you begin to live with clarity, peace, and integrity. So as you leave this space, may you carry that quiet confidence with you, not as something you need to earn, but as something that's already yours. Let your inner voice lead. Welcome your wisdom. Welcome your wisdom with gentleness, with courage, and with trust. Namaste. Thanks for tuning in. I hope today's insights help you on a personal journey towards a healthier, happier life. Don't forget to join every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern for more self-care and holistic wellness tips. Before you go, make sure to comment, click the bell, like, and subscribe buttons for upcoming episode notifications. Be sure to always consult a medical professional before making any major changes regarding your health, diet, or routine. In the meanwhile, stay motivated, stay inspired, and remember, every step you take is one step closer to a better you. Until next time, keep flourishing, and as always, may all be well.